So you want to win, huh? Well, you're going to need the gear to do it. So here's the top 5 places to land in Apex Legends. But first, let me show you the breakdown of the map. So there is high tier, mid tier, and low tier loot. What is highlighted purple is the high tier loot. These are the places that have the best loot. These are the places I would land to have a strong start in the game. But be cautious, because you more than likely will have different teams with you. So be prepared. If you want to play it safe, then the blue highlighted area may be your best bet, as it won't be as congested and has a decent loot. The last area highlighted in gray are low tier loot, and for whatever circumstance you land there, at least you will know there is loot there, but I would not recommend landing there. So the first spot that I recommend is Pulsor. Pulsor is one of the high tier loot areas, so be cautious as you may have enemies with you. Now, one of the ways we know that this is a high tier loot area is by checking in the top left corner. It should tell you where you are and the level of loot that is in that area. So as we can see here, I picked up one of my favorite guns, the R301. One of the reasons why I like this place so much is because there is enough loot for you and your teammates. Be prepared though, because it is rare that you will land here alone, so stay alert for enemies. So next up we have artillery. Artillery is probably one of, if not, the most congested area to land. This spot has great loot though. I would suggest landing on one of the 2 buildings towards the back of the area, as people tend to land towards the front. You will need to stick together with your teammates and stay alert. So next up, we have my favorite place to land, swamps. Swamps is a good area to land because it is so spread out, so if there are any enemies, hopefully you'll have enough time to gear up. I would recommend landing closer to the respawn beacon so that if one of your teammates dies, you can respawn them. So here we have Airbase. Airbase is a popular spot depending on where the drop line is. This place has good loot, but it doesn't have enough if you land with another team. I would keep this in mind because you may have to leave in order to survive. I would recommend landing where the supply crates are so you can get gears and guns fast. Last we have Skulltown and Thunderdome. I put these 2 together because you may have to leave one and go to the other to have sufficient gear. Skulltown is mid-tier loot and Thunderdome is high-tier loot. Thunderdome does not have enough loot for you and your teammates, so I would suggest landing in Skulltown to get geared up before heading to Thunderdome. You can land in Thunderdome first, but keep in mind that you may not be geared enough to fight a team in Skulltown. So as a bonus, I've included the best spot to land for the highest gear. This gear is known as Legendary Gear. This gear will appear yellow in the game. This spot is otherwise known as the hotspot. It is different on each map. You will know when you see the hotspot on your map, as it is a blue circle on the map. You will also see a blue light in the sky, signifying the hotspot. This area will no doubt be the most congested area to land. I'd recommend not landing here if you can't hold your own, as high-level players tend to land here. But if you do land here, you're going to need to find a gun and prepare to fight, as I wasn't one of the lucky ones.